Welcome to the 28th video in our weekly legal update series. In this video, we will be reviewing news items from 31st May to 5th June 2021. Now, before we begin, we have two important announcements. First announcement is a book recommendation. This is the book titled Last Minute Revision Book, released by Jurisage and authored by Mr. Sudipta Bhaumik. This book contains important basic concepts of 11 core law subjects. Now, these subjects can be referred for any LLM entrance exam, including CLAT, as well as it could be referred for UGC, NTA, NET, and JRF law exam. This book covers basic concepts in a very crisp format, so it is best suited only for revision purposes. So you don't really have to go and make your own notes, but you can simply refer to this book, which is available also on Amazon, which we are linking in the bio. So you can find the link to the book and refer it only for your revision purposes for any LLM entrance exam or UGC NET JRF law exam. In second important announcement, we are open for hiring paid interns. We have 3 positions available. The first position is that of a social media content creator. The second position is that of a legal researcher. And the third position is that of a blog associate. The minimum qualification for all of these positions is a candidate who is at least in his or her final year of 5 or 3 year LLB. The minimum duration of internship is 3 months and the last date of application is 15 June 2021. We are going to provide a link in the bio for the Google form. So if you're interested, please apply. Now let's begin with the weekly update. In first important news, the Supreme Court has issued guidelines for recording corrections in CBSE certificates. In the case of Jigya Yadav versus CBSE, the Supreme Court has noted that name is an intrinsic element of one's identity, and therefore the Supreme Court has issued guidelines for the Central Board of Secondary Education for corrections or changes in the certificate issued by it. In second important news, the Delhi High Court has dismissed Juhi Chawla's 5G petition for being defective and vexatious. In the case of Juhi Chawla and others versus Science and Engineering Research Board, the Delhi High Court has dismissed Ms. Chawla's civil suit against the 5G rollout as being defective and not maintainable. The suit was filed by Ms. Chawla and others seeking restraint upon the union government from taking any steps for the rollout of 5G telecommunication services in the country on the ground of long and short-term harm to humans, animals, and the plant life. The court has also imposed the cost of 20 lakhs on the plaintiffs. In third important news, the former Supreme Court judge, Justice Arun Mishra, has taken charge as the chairman of the National Human Rights Commission. In fourth important news, the Supreme Court has said that contempt action can only be taken in respect of willful disobedience of court order. In the case of Abhishek Kumar Singh versus G. Patnaik, the Supreme Court has reiterated that contempt action can be taken only in respect of established willful disobedience of court order. In fifth important news, the Supreme Court has quashed the sedition case against journalist Vinod Dua. In the case of Vinod Dua versus Union of India, the Supreme Court has quashed the FIR filed against journalist Vinod Dua for sedition. The court has noted that every journalist is entitled to the protection under the Kedar Nath Singh judgment, which defined the ambit of offence of sedition under section 124A of IPC. In the 1962 case of Kedar Nath Singh, the Supreme Court has read down section 124A IPC and has held that the application of 124A should be limited to acts involving intention or tendency to create disorder, disturbance of law and order, or incitement to violence. Lastly, the Supreme Court has clarified that the trial courts have to clearly specify whether sentences would run concurrently or consecutively. In the case of Sunil Kumar versus State of Uttar Pradesh, the Supreme Court has noted that while awarding multiple punishments of imprisonment, the trial courts have to specify in clear terms as to whether the sentences would run concurrently or consecutively. This brings us to the end of this week's update. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.